Hey guys, so what I'm doing here is a quick little video as promised to show you what it's like using Realflight to simulate setups on new aircraft you're building. This is for my quarter scale triplane. Realflight actually has one. This is Realflight 6.5, it's an older version, and I think the triplane is in one of the expansion packs, I don't remember which one. But anyway, I picked it, and curiously it's in the same color scheme I'm going to do, which is cool, so it looks good. It's a bit bigger than mine. Mine is quarter scale. This model is, I think, 30%. It's got an 80-inch wing, and the quarter scale is a 72, so it's a little bit bigger. The incidences are different. It actually uses a scale under-cambered airfoil, not the flat bottom like a Balsa USA, a few other things like that, so I didn't try to tweak too many things. What I did do is adjust the weights, so I get the weight of it about the same as mine's going to be, 16.5 pounds. From that, Realflight predicts stall speed about 19.5 miles per hour. I did some hand calcs and I got maybe 17, so it's in the ballpark. I also switched the engine to a 34cc profile. There's a Fuji 34, which I figure is close, probably even a little underpowered compared to a DA35, and set up 22x6 wood prop profile. I've already flown this a couple times. It actually works pretty well, which you'll see. The throws are more than Balsa recommends. Balsa has you do about 10 degrees up, 5 down on the ailerons, about plus or minus 8 degrees or 10 degrees on the elevator, and maybe 15 or 20 on the rudder. On the sim, it's got 20 on the ailerons, 20 on the elevator, 25 on the rudder. I'm going to go a little bit over Balsa USA's recommendation on mine. I think you'll want to as well, and you'll see why. You definitely need multiple rates. Tone those down in the air, but when you're landing, you're going to need all the elevator you can get. So let's fly around and take a look. Right now the wind is off. I'll fly a bit, show you some maneuvers, and then I'll fly with the wind. For takeoff, I start holding full up and then slowly feed in a little bit of throttle until you start rolling, get it straight, and then when it starts to move, let go of most of the elevator, keep a little bit, and then you'll see it flies off at about half throttle. If you had left the elevator neutral, it would have started to nose over. But once it's in the air, it's moving pretty good. Again, I'm only at half throttle right now, and you can fly around. It's giving me about 40 miles an hour, which is a bit more than the 35 predicted pitch speed I get from the prop calculator. But remember that it unwinds. One thing I suspect is different in the sim is that the way they have the incidences set up, hands off will actually kind of pitch down. I think from everything I've been told, the model is going to want to pitch up even though I put down thrust in it. So we'll have to flight test it and set the tail incidence to help with that. Turns, being World War I, you got to lead with the rudder. So lead in with the rudder, use the ailerons to set your bank angle, and then just hold the rudder as you fly through the turn, working the elevator to keep the nose up, and then neutralize and reverse your aileron to level out again. So I'll just show you one of those turns again. And again, I'm only got half throttle so far. Nice and smooth. One more speed and a tighter turn. There we go. Now for a roll, if you wanted to do a prototypical roll, you nose up, roll, and there I didn't use any elevator correction. You see, really barrels it. I wanted to do an axial roll because there's a lot of coupling you're going to have to correct with the rudder. So opposite rudder, down elevator, rudder in the same direction. There you go, nice axial roll. Remember that motion, if you're not used to doing these, is just kind of stirring the sticks. You go into the roll and it's opposite rudder, down elevator, same rudder. So there we go, there we go, there we go, and nice. How about a loop? Now obviously I'm failing all the safety tests because I'm flying behind myself, but it's just the same. So I'm just fooling around. So for a loop, give it a little bit of power. You don't really have to get a running start because you've got excess. Go into your loop. And notice I corkscrewed this, so I gotta correct that. Pull out the power on the way down. That was pretty bad. We'll do another one. Get some altitude. There's a lot of rudder to turn. So there we go, and pull out the power as you go over the top, and you even need to relax your elevator. Also is bad. You want to make it round. You want to make it really prototypical. I would pull out the power before you even get to the top because the real thing had just enough and would barely make it over. Do a nice round one. Pull out the power and the elevator. Oh, correct the aileron. And that was bad. Now, see what full throttle looks like. In the sim, it's got me picking up to about 60, 65. I don't think the real thing is going to go that fast with a 22x6, but we'll see. But it also gives you enough power that you could go vertical if you wanted to. There we go. Vertical. A lot of rudder correction. It's running out at the top. Do a nice wing over. Ooh. Now let's do set up for a landing. Do my downwind on about third throttle. Back off to quarter, turn on base. Turn on to final, chop the power, point the nose, a lot of drags, so point the nose at the runway, blip it if you need to, and just before touchdown start to flare, and hold that up elevator, and if you have to, blip the throttle a little bit to get the tail down. There you go. See if I try to taxi, I'll let the tail come up a little bit to move the skid. But be very careful about nosing over. Again, this is where you're going to want more than the recommended elevator to hold that tail down. And the real thing, at least on mine, is probably not going to taxi very well because I got a real bungee tail skid. I built a snake if I try to turn with it. But it's kind of fun to play on the same. Go the elevator, flip it, let the tail come up so it can turn. Now let's dial in some wind. Give it about 6. And let's see the windsock, so the wind is coming from the left. And off we go. There's with some wind now. Oh, see, the wind really off. I'll just do one circuit and land with the wind. You can see a little bumpy, but still quite manageable. I haven't used low rates at all in this video. So with the wind, I'm going to make that approach a little steeper. And touchdown's going to be fun, so you might have to blip the throttle a little bit to get some airflow over the tail to hold it down or to use some rudder correction. So again, keeping it steep and keep my speed up a little bit, flipping the throttle so that I can get some rudder authority, grab it if you have to, but then straighten out before touchdown. There you go. See, I'm blipping it all the way down. There you go. Just blipping that throttle if it gets mushy. Now when it slows down, the ailerons get very, very mushy, so you got to be on the rudder. But that's all it is. All there is to it. The real thing might be a little bit harder to fly, but it feels very nose over tippy in the sim. So I think a little bit of practice of this before Maiden's going to be good. And that's how I test out new models. If there's other things you want to check, if you get all the expansion packs, Realflight's got models of anything you can think of. I mean, not everything we build, but a lot of stuff. I was doing the same thing for the Albatross and a few others. So have fun with that.